Hey guys, it is ToPro Adam. I hope all you guys had a fantastic New Year's. To kick off 2019, I'll be going over 10 things that pro zombie players do within BO4 Zombies. So my previous sound quiz was definitely an interesting one. I've never gotten so many different guesses for a sound. Usually it's like one or two things that people guess, but this time you guys were guessing absolutely everything. So the correct answer was the electric trap from Classified. Congrats to the few of you who got that one right, and I'm sorry to all of you guys who are guessing these random things within zombies. Besides that, let's go ahead and jump into today's sound quiz. So good luck to all of you with that sound right there. And of course, if you guys are new here and you enjoy the zombies content, smash that sub button. If you are subbed, make sure you have notifications turned on. And besides that, let's go ahead and jump into the first thing that good players do within BO4 Zombies. The first thing that good players understand about BO4 Zombies is the importance of the Bowie Knife, because here in BO4 Zombies, things work a little bit differently. The point system is completely different, so the Bowie Knife was always important for setting up in previous Treyarch games, but here in BO4 Zombies, it's even more important. I've been playing zombies since World at War, and of course the Bowie Knife was added in on Durice, and since then we've had this thing pretty much on every single map, excluding a few, but overall, the Bowie Knife has been there, it's been important, and a lot of the bad players in zombies tend to ignore this thing. They tend to save that 3k points in those early rounds and hit the box instead, but spending that 3k points on, say, round 4 or round 5 is so worth it, because the points you'll get back is way more than getting a gun from the box. One argument I hear against the Bowie Knife here in BO4 is I'll just throw on the stiletto knife on my Strife pistol and that's a one knife till round 5, I'm good to go. But the thing is, why would you waste 2 attachment slots on that Strife when it's useless after round 5 just by the Bowie Knife, and you can get a ton more kills between round 5 and 10, and that means a ton more points. Coming in at the number 9 spot on today's list, I have one of my favorite tricks within BO4 Zombies, and that is the special weapons point trick. So I mentioned this trick on my 10 things you didn't know you could do in BO4 Zombies. Ever since I found this trick out, I've been using it all the time. It is such an incredible way to stockpile points in the early rounds. So with this trick, what I usually do is with my first special weapon charge, which is usually around round 4, round 5, round 6, somewhere in there, I'll run into a, horde of zombies that I've grouped up on whatever round I have this thing charged on. And while I'm running into that horde of zombies, I will take out my special weapon. And when you take out your special weapon here in BO4 Zombies, of course, it kills everything around you. So when you do this, it will kill the zombies, you'll get the points for it, and then on top of that, the zombies will respawn so you can kill them twice and get the points twice. Coming in at the 8th spot, I hate that I have to have this on my list because it's such an obvious thing, and that is doing the IX challenges. This is one thing that I notice a lot of people don't do. It really makes me scratch my head because these challenges are so easy and the rewards are so worth it. So if you're somebody that does not do your challenges on IX, even if you're playing, co-op, it's still worth it. Getting that self-revive in both solo and co-op is massive, and of course, as you go up those rewards, getting things like free perks and pap guns is phenomenal. So simply, guys, do your challenges on IX. Coming in at the number 7 spot, we have an amazing trick on Classified that every good player is going to do, and for this trick, all you have to do is go into the main office, which is literally right by the spawn, and it's where the perk location is on the top floor. In the back right corner, there's a glass window with this green curtain. Go up that window and hit the interact button, and after doing that like 4 or 5 times, there's a bunch of quotes that Nixon says. On the last time, Samantha will have a quote, and she'll spawn in like literally 40 Nova 6 crawlers. If you go ahead and knife all these crawlers, you're probably looking at like 5 to 10 10k points. If you want to go all out and have that double points elixir on and pop this while these guys spawn in, you can easily get 10k plus points on round 1, and your setup is going to be super easy. You can turn power on, you can get PAP opened up, buy that Bowie Knife, and you're going to be set for the entire game. Coming in at the number 6 spot, I want to talk more about the special weapon, but this time I want to go over when to use it. So this is one thing that's changed a ton for me over the course of BO4. Normally when I was playing zombies or BO4 zombies, I would use it when I was like 20 plus, I would use it when I want to get some kills, but now I only use this thing when I'm in a really bad situation. If you're somebody that just pops this thing all the time, say you're 20 plus, and as soon as it charges up, you use it right away, there's never that period where it's fully charged and just sitting there. It's great for getting a ton of kills, but if you're ever in a bad spot, you're kind of screwed. And lately, what I've been doing is only using this thing when I am in a bad spot. I'll use it when I get cornered, and then I won't touch it or think about it again until I'm in another bad spot. And I find that using it in only those situations really keeps me alive a lot longer. Coming in at the number 5 spot, this one's gonna revolve around the perks in BO4, because of course we've had a massive change to the perk system within BO4 zombies compared to, you know, World at War, BO1, BO2, and BO3. And in those previous titles, I think one thing we've all been so used to is always using the same 4 perks. And I find that what people do here in BO4 is they find 4 perks they like and they always use those same 4 perks. Here in BO4 zombies, a lot of the perks are good, but it all depends on what you're doing. You know, using stamina up with a camping strategy probably isn't a good idea, so understanding what you're doing in the game and then changing your perks according to what's going on is something you should always be doing. Like, I'm not gonna use Stronghold if I'm, you know, training, but if I'm camping, yes, I want that perk on because it's really good. And one thing that I do is I've started using Secret Sauce a ton more, because there are sometimes different things I'm doing in a game. You know, maybe I'm doing a one-weapon upgrade, or I'm doing an Easter egg, and then, you know, later in the game I do a camping strat. That way I can always change my perks mid-game and I'm not bound to one perk setup. Coming in at the number 4 spot, one thing I see a lot of really good players doing is playing Rush, because Rush is a very interesting mode. Not only is it a fun mode, not only is it a fast-paced mode, but it really puts you in some weird and awkward situations that really test your skill. If you're somebody that's kind of written off Rush or never even given it a chance, I highly recommend jumping into a game of solo or playing with friends. Playing online is kind of rough, I'm not gonna lie. I love playing against randoms with Rush, but I always find that I'm lagging like crazy because there aren't a ton of people searching for Rush lobbies, so I end up connecting to a host who's in China or something, and I'm like lagging like a madman. So I do a lot of solo Rush, and it's actually really difficult. You know, you would think it wouldn't be that hard, but as you go on, you get put into some really tough spots, and I kind of realized that maybe I'm not as good as I thought I was. Coming in at the 3 spot, this is a quick one. I just wanted to mention the importance of the anywhere but here elixir. Any good player, any pro player is always going to be rocking this elixir. It's a classic elixir, so you don't have to spend your plasma on these guys. It's always going to be there, and there are so many times where you're cornered and, you know, your special weapon might not be fully charged. All you have to do is hit up or down, left or right on your D-pad, and all of a sudden you get out of a situation you normally would have taken it down. Coming in at the number 2 spot on today's list, a pro player or a good player will never shy away from trying to revive somebody when playing zombies. And I don't know about you guys, whenever I play a public match, every single game I'm in, there's at least 1 or 2 players who always go down every single round. Every other round, by round 20, they have like 25 downs. It's absolutely insane. And I'm over there always trying to get that revive, because not only do I want them to stay in the game, I want to test my skill. I want to see if I can go ahead and pull off all these revives. So if you're somebody that kind of sees people go down and just kind of ignores them, try to go for those revives. It will definitely make you a better player. Finishing things off here in the number 1 spot, the biggest difference between a really good zombies player and a bad, average zombies player, in my opinion, comes down to overall knowledge. What I mean by that is mainly side Easter eggs. There's always on every single map in Treyarch Zombies a couple of little side Easter eggs that I know I do every single game to get a quick boost or a bonus, extra points, free weapons, whatever it might be. And knowing these little things are not only fun, but they can really help you out at the start or in the middle of a game. For example, in this clip right here, I'm doing the bookshelf Easter egg on the night, which I can actually do on round 1. All you have to do is press square on 4 books in a certain order. You can get free points, you can get a free weapon, or elixirs, silver bullets. So there's a lot of different rewards you can get from understanding and learning these side Easter eggs. So if you want to be a really good zombies player, knowing these things are so important. There you have it, guys. Those were 10 things that pro zombie players do within BO4. As long as you guys enjoy the top 10s and zombies content, hit that sub button. And besides that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.